Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Harley-Davidson's Passport to Freedom Season 2. This one is going to be very exciting because I have a gentleman who is involved in the business of creating beautiful machines, customized machines using the Harley-Davidson platform. He's created many beautiful machines. So he's going to be on this chat talking to me. We're going to be talking to Adil Dumasia, but before that I'd like to thank all you wonderful people for joining in on this chat, because if you're interested in motorcycling experiences and if you like customization as a concept to create a signature motorcycling experience for yourself, then this is going to be a very interesting conversation, because Adil Dumasia from Transsfigure Customs Mumbai is going to take us through what it is to create a beautiful machine from just an idea to bringing it to life. So if you want to know more about that, then hey, you're on the right Insta handle. This is the Harley-Davidson Insta handle, and it's a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope you guys are having a great time, because today we're going to be talking about motorcycling experiences. Lots of amazing people here. And ladies and gentlemen, like we promised, another motorcycling enthusiast with an amazing story to share on his motorcycling adventures. Hey Adil, how are you doing? Good to see you. And,
hey Yudi.
And thank you for joining us.
Good to see you, man.
Let me get this onto a better platform. All right, you need to straighten your phone because you're
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the orientation changes. Okay.
Yeah. So this is much better. Yeah, this is much better. We can see you. This is all about you and your motorcycling experiences. Okay, so welcome to Passport to Freedom Season 2. And just want to let you know that Passport to Freedom Season 2 is all about motorcycling experiences, your passion for motorcycling, and your association with this amazing brand called Harley-Davidson over the years. So let's get straight into it. Adil, you make beautiful motorcycles, you customize amazing machines, and you've been doing it for years under the brand Transsfigure Custom House, which is based in Mumbai. Before we get into your customization process and how you look at a bike and how you create a concept and how you actually bring it to life, I want to start by asking you, when did you fall in love with motorcycling? When was the first time you got on a motorcycle? Tell us about that story.
Okay, firstly, I would thank Harley-Davidson to get me onto the Passport to Freedom. It's a lovely platform for bikers and motorcycle enthusiasts to be here. Okay, coming to your question, is I first fell in love with a motorcycle, I guess, from the age of maybe around 7 or 8. My dad owned, yeah.
I hope you.
So my dad owned.
I hope you weren't riding the roads without a license. I'm just
no,
okay.
no. So it was just the love for motorcycles, because my father owned 2 Triumphs, the Triumph 350s back then. One is right here in a restoration condition. So the first time I got onto my dad's bike was sitting on a motorcycle tank. Of course, he taking me to the school. Gradually he put me back on the pillion seat. So that's when the love for motorcycles started. And of course, back then there were not too many motorcycles, so very few were owned by, mostly you would say the vintage classic kind of bikes by Parsis.
So which particular motorcycle did your dad ride?
So he had the Triumph 350, the Tiger Cub.
Okay.
So both were same motorcycles. One was in Mumbai and one was in Devlali.
Okay, so that's the one that you used to go to school on.
Yeah, he used to ride me to school, not
so
every day, but once in a while.
Okay, moving away from your early experiences on a motorcycle, when did you actually get on a motorcycle and
get onto a motorcycle? Okay, so to ride the motorcycle was the same motorcycle when I was 11 years old. Okay, and I was just sitting and posing on the bike.
Wait a minute, let me just call the cops. Just kidding. We have a traffic offense here. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the bike was parked right next to the house. We lived on the ground floor, so I was just sitting and posing on the bike, and my father just happened to tell me, what's the fun in just sitting on it and posing, you have to ride the bike. So I said, yeah, you've explained me the basics, like if you can just start the bike for me, I'll just go take a round in the colony and come back. And he was like, seriously? I said, yeah, let me just try. And he just started the bike for me. And I just took her for a short spin in the colony, and he was really surprised. And like, he was like, do you want to go for a one more?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, why not? And I just took one more round, and he said, that's about it. Don't ask for more. So when you will be official, 18 years old, I will let you ride. But yeah, I used to ride once in a while in my colony just to get hands on.
Just get the hang of it.
And then when I started riding, it was, of course, I couldn't afford a big bike at that point of time in life.
Yeah.
So I had a kinetic Honda to start with.
Gearless. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Everybody at some point.
Everyone started with that.
A scooter.
Exactly. Exactly. And then when I started sailing in the Merchant Navy, slowly I could afford a bike. So got onto a Royal Enfield 350cc and graduated slowly. And of course, the love for the Harleys were always there. So when I used to travel to the UK or Thailand or anywhere in the world where I got a chance to ride a Harley-Davidson or a Triumph, I would just hop onto a bike and get a few rides over there.
Superb.
And it was a great thing when 2010, when Harley launched here, the very first day I was there at Kala Ghoda for the test rides. Like, it was like a big thing for us,
Yeah. So what is the first Harley-Davidson you ever rode? Your first Harley that you rode?
That was the Nightster Sportster.
The Nightster Sportster,
I just loved that bike.
The Sportster had
the red and black combination. Yeah, exactly. The red and black combination.
Cool vibe.
Yeah. So I used to love that bike. It was a very comfy position for me. I was never into cruisers.
Yeah.
So I always liked the upright, straight, street kind of a position, not too leaning backwards.
Yeah.
So I just loved that bike.
You basically like the mid position. So something that
I like the mid position. Yeah. I don't like to lean too much in front like the Cafe Racer.
Yeah.
I can ride short intervals on that.
Yeah.
But I am more of a bobber, street kind of a person.
Okay.
Not cruiser also. Because I don't like that posture for a very long time.
But we're going to change your mind about the cruiser with a new bike Harley-Davidson has launched. But that we'll get into later.
I know, I've seen that. It looks lovely.
We're going to get into that later. Okay, you've been on many hog rallies. You've ridden with a lot of the chapters from around the country. It's a really interesting initiative that Harley-Davidson has taken up over the years, is bringing motorcycling enthusiasts who own Harley-Davidsons to come form a group and ride and experience the motorcycle in all its glory. So which hog rally or ride would you consider your favorite and why? Which route would you think was the best on your hog ride?
It's always been Goa.
Yeah.
It's the IHR that I always look up to, and it's like that one event in the year. Of course, apart from the IBW, but the hog rally IHR is my favorite. Yeah. Because that's where the cream crowd and everyone, all the chapters come across, and everyone wants to be in Goa. Everyone wants to have the feel of riding long distances and feeling it. So, that stretch of Mumbai to Goa is the best.
So, when riding from Mumbai to Goa as part of one of the Hog chapters and part of that rally to the Indian Hog Rally in Goa every year, what kind of a feeling do you get, riding alongside all these Harley-Davidsons going from Mumbai to Goa? What's the feeling like? What's the vibe? What do you feel when you're in part of this boys club?
It's a great feeling. It feels very special to be a part of a community. Yeah. Like-minded people riding together on the street. Yeah. Wherever we get a chance, we're stopping. Yeah. People want to have a smoke. I want to have a cup of tea. Yeah. So it's all about the ride. It's all about the feel the nature. It's not about the destination. It's not. I'm never in a hurry to reach where I want to reach. It's all about, like, I want to ride, stop at distances like probably 1.5, 2 hours maximum. Take a chill. Talk to the locals. People come and admire your bikes. I'm riding a custom Harley, so it's always like, people want to see what's unique, and it's that whole feel.
So, especially the hog rallies and the IHR and even the Battle of the Kings are great platforms for showcasing customization concepts, right? Because people from all across the country come, each one with their own signature Harley. It's really nice to see how each one gives their Harley-Davidson their own stamp.
Exactly.
Their
that
own
special
personality.
touch.
Special touch.
Yeah.
So in the last IHR, apart from your customized motorcycle, which one did you ride to the last IHR? Which Harley?
It was the Firdaus.
Oh, it was the Firdaus.
It was the Firdaus.
Okay, we're going to talk about the Firdaus because it's a beautiful bike using the Harley-Davidson. Oh, there it is, using the Harley-Davidson platform. We're going to talk about that a little later. But apart from the Firdaus, what else, which other bike did you think really brought out its own essence and its own vibe using the Harley-Davidson platform at the IHR?
Oh, I loved one of the vintage Harleys that was restored and kept on display.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the owner.
Yeah.
But I guess he was from Hyderabad.
Okay. And
Simran Sahni was associated with that bike because he had done the restoration work of the leather work on the bike.
Yeah.
So I just really loved that bike. It gave that old vintage Harley sense to the bike, and it just looked amazing.
These chapters, once the ride is done, once you finished your Goa ride in the IHR, do people come for special custom tweaks to you to kind of make the Harley-Davidson their signature, bike, something that gives them their own personality?
Yes, in fact, when the bikes are on display, I just love the conversation when people start talking about customization. They want to know what I have done, how I have built each and every part. And then, people are there to take hints or tips from me. Like, what can I do on my bike to make it look different? There are people who want to do a full-on customization. There are people who want just a beautiful custom paint job. So there are all sorts of people who want a different feel or look of their bike,
Absolutely.
It's all about an individual taste, Everyone has
an aspiration for their motorcycle.
Exactly.
And it's great, at the hog rallies, at the IHRs, and even the Battle of the Kings, to see how motorcyclists, and especially Harley-Davidson owners, can, get ideas, can exchange notes, can also, plan future routes and get some insights. Because these kind of riding communities, especially the ones Harley-Davidson has created across the country with the various chapters they have, is fantastic. Just the coming together
commendable.
Of motorcycling enthusiasts who enjoy the experience of riding motorcycles and sharing their experiences is fascinating. Now, when it comes to customization, Transsfigure Custom House in Mumbai has been customizing now for how many years? How many years have you been customizing motorcycles?
I officially started in January 2012, so it's been little over 8 years now.
8 years.
And it's been a good journey. It's been a wonderful journey.
8 years.
So I started it very
8 years.
Many experiences.
Many beautiful machines. And I want to speak about two machines in particular, which I really love from your custom workshop in Mumbai. But before that, I just want to check with you, especially when coming up with an idea for a customization using a Harley-Davidson platform, because the Harley-Davidson motorcycles are already engineered to perfection. There's a lot of R&D that goes into building these motorcycles. There is a lot of thought that goes into creating the perfect riding position, the perfect handling, the lean, everything. They've thought about everything when creating a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Now you've got to come in and you're looking at this motorcycle and you're trying to give it your own signature, which means you're trying to tweak the chassis, which has already been like over-researched and really built to perfection. And you're going to like play around probably with the engine. You're going to play around probably with the frame. So what do you need to consider when thinking up a concept for a motorcycle? And especially, let's talk about the Firdaus, the machine that you built using the Harley-Davidson platform. Tell us about the custom customization process and the donor machine that you used to build the Firdaus.
Okay. So Firdaus, basically the base bike, the donor bike, was a Harley 48.
Okay.
It's a 1200cc. So the first thing I did was like it was conceptualized. Okay.
Yeah.
When I was told that you are invited to compete for the Custom Show Emirates for Bike Build Off.
Yeah.
Would you take up the challenge? Would you challenge the Italian bike builder?
Yeah.
And the moment that was told to me, it was quite late. We were just 5 months away from the actual championship.
Yeah.
So I said, that's a very short period for me to, get into this process.
Yeah. Come up with the concept.
Exactly. To think and to build and everything. So they said that, okay, think about it and let us know. And this proposal was given to me at the AMD Intermod World Championship, where I was displaying the Albrasco.
Yeah.
So that's the time I was told about it. And I said, okay, give me a few days. Once I go back to India, I'll think about it and let you know. And I came up with this process and I immediately told them, okay, we'll go ahead with the thing. I'm in it. And
it's quite a task because the 48 is already a cool looking bike. And now you have to make it cooler. So why don't you show us the bike and tell us what you did?
Okay, so I'll just turn the camera around just to show the Firdaus.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Beautiful. I like the Firdaus. I like the single saddle. I like the the monoshock. It's really cool. And even
the front suspension. The front suspension, the Springer fork is built in house.
Oh,
if you see the rims, the rims and the hub, each and every spoke is hand built in our workshop.
Yeah.
The complete front fork, every brass bolt.
Yeah.
Is built in our workshop.
You know, Springer suspension makes a bike look just stunning. I love that whole fork suspension kind of vibe on a motorcycle. It gives it a retro but yet very cool punkish look, steampunk.
True.
Yeah.
True. So the complete chassis was built.
Oh, okay.
The front fairing that you see, it hides all the electricals and electronics in there.
Oh wow. Okay.
There is something special about this tank. The tank has got fuel on one side and engine oil on the other side.
Oh, nice. So you've changed the whole
oil. It's got a segregation right. Yeah, it's got a segregation right in the center.
Okay.
And on this side where the engine oil is, there's a tank within a tank. There's a tubular tank of 4.5 liters, which is made, and it's got perforations right in the front for the air to flow in from the front and get out from here.
Oh, okay. Nice. So it's like
it cools. So it cools your oil tank.
So it doesn't heat up. It doesn't heat up.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the artwork of the Firdaus.
It looks like
means.
Firdaus means?
Firdaus means paradise in Persian language.
Paradise in
Persian. I have depicted.
It has a lovely fantasy theme. It has a nice fantasy theme.
Exactly. So it's all that you see is basically 24 karat gold leafing, hand done by me.
The paint job is
exquisite. all these butterflies and stars are actually Swarovski crystals.
These are beautiful. So Adil, coming back to Harley-Davidson as a donor machine for custom builds, what's your take on that? What is your take on that? Harley-Davidson as a motorcycle? Because when it comes to customization, Harley-Davidson actually promotes and really wants people to customize their motorcycles to give it their own signature. So do you also feel that Harley-Davidson as a motorcycle is one of the best platforms for customization?
Yes, I truly believe that Harley-Davidsons are a very good platform for custom bike builders.
Yeah.
I would rank probably the Street 750 as one of my favorites to work on.
Okay.
Because it's got an amazing machine. The engine is very nice.
Yeah.
And it's like a canvas for me. It's like, like a plain canvas.
Yeah.
I can just strip it down and just rebuild from scratch. So Harley-Davidsons are one of the best platforms to work on for a bike builder.
For a bike. And you've also used the Harley-Davidson to build another machine, which is beautiful, called the Troy. So tell us a bit about how did the idea for Troy come?
So the Troy was more like a masculine kind of a bike, you know. So the whole concept was, you know, I've got a special inclination towards warriors, you know.
Yeah.
So
of course.
Some of my bikes are named linked to warriors. You have seen the Maori warrior at the IBW.
Last IBW, I saw the Maori. Yes.
Yeah. So the Maori warrior is again the Maori theme.
Yeah.
Then I have a bike called Maximus. So that's again.
All right.
So that's again a warrior.
The gladiator.
So the gladiator. Yeah. Exactly. So it was a very chunky, big bike. Of course, built from scratch completely. Had a nice thick tire behind, like a 300 section.
Nice.
You know. So yeah.
So how long did it take? How long does it take you to usually go from concept to finished product with a custom build? When you have to do the whole job, especially when you have to take it apart, rebuild the chassis, or rework the chassis, even the swing arm, or maybe the front forks and the tank, like you've done with the Firdaus. You've done a whole rehaul. I mean, I couldn't recognize the 48.
Like
I couldn't recognize it.
Exactly. It's like built from scratch. So when I'm doing the chassis, I'm not even using the original chassis.
Yeah.
The original chassis is just kept aside. Like I build my own chassis.
Oh wow.
So like so if you want to see the original chassis of the Firdaus is hanging there up on the wall.
Oh, there it is. The 48. Yeah.
So that's the original chassis.
Yeah.
And you saw the Firdaus already.
I saw the Firdaus. Beautiful looking machine.
So I like, I don't know, in certain, it depends on the design.
Yeah.
And as I said, you know, I'm not a person who would go on a system or a computer or design a bike.
Yeah.
It's basically a vague design is up there in my head. It's like a blueprint.
Yeah.
Okay. And every component that I have to build, it's up there. So there are certain times when I can't even draw it on a piece of paper.
Wow.
But I just tell my boys, okay.
You know
exactly. I know what the 3-dimensional view is there in my head.
Yeah.
But because I'm not trained, or I have not gone to any design school, or I am not an automobile engineer.
You know, when you look at your machines, I would never believe that, because your machines are engineered to perfection.
Right, and the best part is they ride well. So it's not, they are not just good looking bikes, but they ride well.
So coming back. So just before we move ahead to the next topic, especially when you rework the chassis and you change some of the shock positions, and you change everything, the seating position and even the framework. A lot of the times bike builders get the actual riding experience slightly off, because because when you rework the chassis and even the suspension, the riding experience changes drastically from the original build.
Yes.
So how do you compensate for that to keep it close to the original experience?
So firstly, I would say a person who's getting a custom bike done, he wants to feel a completely different bike.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, the heart of the bike, that the engine.
Yeah.
That feel is not going to change, but the riding position, the feel, what the bike gives by the aesthetics of it, is going to be completely different. So the riding posture, it's as per an individual person. So understanding his personality.
So the engine remains the same. And the
engine remains the same,
and the other tweaks around the engine are done
exactly.
with the motorcycle. That's basically
I don't finger around with the engine. The max I do is probably I change in a better intake. I go for a different exhaust.
To give you a little more power.
And exactly. And then I'm building my own sprockets. So I work on my So I'm building my own sprockets. So I work on my teeth calculation. so that, you know, I'm not getting an underpowered bike. So for a pickup, it has to be fast. And even the top end should be good enough. So you're not losing any speed anywhere.
So you're not.
Like, I'll show you on the.
You're not compensating on the performance. You're only enhancing the aesthetics.
True.
Amazing. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you've actually reworked the entire sprocket system.
Exactly. The sprocket is built right from the engine itself.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it's a chain conversion. So it's all built.
It's a full chain drive. Amazing.
Yeah. Straight from the engine. So there's no power loss.
You know, I love the pegs. I like the seat. I like the entire build. It's a really unique looking motorcycle. And that's what customization is all about, giving it a unique stamp. So Adil, now there's another motorcycle that's being offered by Harley-Davidson to the Indian rider, to the Indian motorcycling enthusiast. It was launched in April of 2020 this year, and it's called the Harley-Davidson Lowrider S. I want your first impressions of the motorcycle, because this motorcycle is unlike any other cruiser. It's now part of the cruiser stable of Harley-Davidson. It's unlike any other cruiser because it's built around the Softail chassis with some premium suspension tweaks to make it a more comfortable, agile, and aggressive riding experience. So let me show you.
That's what I observed.
Yeah, let me show you the motorcycle, and I want your impression of what you think, okay? So tell me what you think. There it is. That's the Harley-Davidson Lowrider S. This is the 2020 model. Beautiful looking machine. As you can see, it's follows the legacy of the whole
the Softail.
The Softail legacy of the coastal design concept.
What I like about the bike, yes, it's got that feel of that West Coast kind of a thing.
The West Coast design philosophy, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, and it's got a nice short rake angle.
Yeah.
So it's good and agile.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
And one of the things that I really like about it is the handlebar, which is a motocross handlebar.
Yeah, it's
elevated.
Exactly. It's
to give
nice
you,
and short.
Yeah, and give you a more aggressive riding feel, because you were just talking about it. You like a mid position. You like something that gives you a slightly more engaging ride, but not too engaging, because then you're leaning all the way forward. So, but this just gives you
that's the foot position that I like, that mid position, you know.
And also, like, you know, your slightly stretched out arms to give you a nice aggressive feel.
So a guy with a big build, you know, we can tweak it and get the foot pegs up front ahead. The handlebars can be changed. The fairing looks really cool, but I would prefer a slightly bigger fairing on that.
Yeah.
You know? And then I love the 2-in-1 exhaust system, so I would change it from a 2+2 to a 2+1.
All right, some customization ideas there.
Yeah. And the tank looks cool.
And what do you think about the fairing? I really like the fairing because it has a slightly retro vibe to it.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I said. I like the fairing.
Yeah.
But personally, I would give it a slightly fuller look, you know.
Okay.
So yeah.
And
but yeah, the bike looks amazing.
So it comes in 2 colors.
I like that low seating, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's got it's got that nice bucket seat.
It's got the trademark cruiser vibe, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about this motorcycle is it comes in 2 colors, vivid black, and as the one that I'm showing you is vivid black. The entire black tone of the engine is lovely. What do you think about the black tone of the engine?
Black tone of the engine is the highlight of the bike, actually.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It does look amazing. And I'm sure that once you get a chance, once the lockdown lifts, you're going to be, and this is the Barracuda Silver. The Barracuda Silver.
Oh,
this is the other color. So yeah, that's the Harley-Davidson Lowrider S. It's got the Milwaukee 8 114 cubic engine. Yeah. So what do you think about this motorcycle? What's your, like, would you want to get on top of it and go on a ride?
Yeah, of course, get a good ride of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then get more ideas to strip it down.
Yeah. So, but without any customization, what is your first impression of the motorcycle in terms of design and the feel?
It's a very neat looking motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, because for people like us, like who always think of customization,
yeah,
we immediately start thinking, oh, if this bike comes to me, then I would change it this way, this way, this way. But then it's a neat bike by itself. So, there's like for a good rider, there's not much to change on this bike.
Yeah, but it's
a lovely bike to have.
But as a customizer, you'd say there's always something that you can do to it.
Always, always, always. You never stop.
You'll never stop. You'll never stop. So Adil, it's so much fun talking to you, and also understanding your process of customizing a motorcycle. One would think that customization just means like changing the paint job or just changing some handlebars and
accessories.
Yeah. But very few people really in India do a complete customization job. One company is yours, which is Transsfigure Custom House, and has been doing reworking the chassis, reworking the riding position. You've reworked the tank. It's almost, I mean, I couldn't recognize the 48 when you showed me the Firdaus.
Yeah.
But the engine remains the same. The heart of the
engine remains the same.
Is a 48. So the riding
is a 48.
So the riding experience still remains Harley-Davidson.
Still remains the same.
But with an enhanced...
You will feel, you will feel good power.
Yeah.
Because by adding so much weight on it,
yeah,
it's another additional about 25 to 30 kilos on the bike.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. But when you're riding the bike, you won't feel that weight.
Okay.
Because the sprockets are worked.
And you distributed the weight across.
Distributed the weight. Yeah. Yes, distributed the weight along the flow lines.
Yeah.
So so the weight is not. You will not feel the weight as in at a certain part. Okay.
Oh,
so
amazing.
That's the fun of it.
So Adil, a lot of people here tuned in saying hi to you. There's a couple of people.
Yeah, hi to everyone.
So some people want to know. What's your next build idea? And around the Harley, is there a Harley-Davidson that you want to take from the current stable, from the cruisers, from the streets, or the big boys? Which one would you want to like tweak and play around with?
So I'm just getting another Street 750 tomorrow.
Oh, Street 750. Okay, nice.
And I'm going to build a very different looking cafe racer from the Street 750.
Oh, nice. I think that'll be an interesting build because the Street lends itself to a great cafe build. It has that.
Yes.
It already has.
The chassis is nice and compact.
Yeah.
The engine is nice and full.
Yeah.
It actually fills up the complete chassis.
Yeah.
So there's no scope where you're looking through a gap or any such thing. So, it's nice and full, and all you need to work is a good suspension. I'm going to make my own spoke wheels again with nice thick spokes. Work on the suspension, handlebars, T plate, tank, seat frame, everything. So
awesome. So
it's going to be a fun thing. Yeah.
So before we go and say goodbye to you, I just want to know the next Indian Hog Rally, which motorcycle are you going to be riding on to the next Hog Rally?
That's too early.
It's too early.
That's too early. But yeah, I think I'll know by end of October.
Okay,
probably I may ride the cafe racer to the IHR, the one which I'm building right now.
So there's somebody called Shilp.
It's going to be an interesting.
Sorry, I'm just going to take a question from one of the people. Somebody called Shilp B saying, are you going to be holding workshops in your custom house for people who are interested and enthusiastic about motorcycle building?
I have not actually seriously thought about it. But yes, if there are genuine people who would want to know about customization and learn about customization, I would be interested in teaching them.
Okay. So are you planning a program where young enthusiasts can come and work in your custom workshop to kind of get an idea?
I will surely work on a program. I'll think of something and probably come out with a program.
All right. So hopefully you'll put the word out on the Harley-Davidson India handle for people wanting to do this workshop, because a lot of people have been asking when you would be hosting one of these workshops in your custom house. Transsfigure Custom House in Mumbai, making beautiful machines. Do check out their motorcycles called Firdaus and Troy, and also the Albrasco, which is some beautiful machines from Transsfigure Custom House. Do check out their Insta handle and see the amazing builds they do around the Harley-Davidson platform. The Harley-Davidson is a beautiful motorcycle, already coming straight out of the factory. But once it goes through Transsfigure Custom House, it comes out with its own signature and feel. So
signature look.
Yeah, signature look that will be your own. Thank you, Adil. Thank you so much
for talking to us. Individual identity. Yeah.
Always have an individual identity.
Always.
I think that's very important, because, you know.
Yeah, no two designs should be repeated.
Yeah.
It has to be unique for every client, you know. He should feel that this is one of a kind, you know.
Yeah, this is one of a kind.
That's the whole idea of customization.
Amazing. Thanks a lot, Adil. Thank you for taking time out and talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Harley-Davidson's Passport to Freedom Season 2. It was an amazing experience. Checking out your workshop, seeing your motorcycles, talking about customization, talking about the Harley-Davidson experience. It's been an absolute pleasure. Before we go, could you just show us one of your motorcycles? Could you show us around and show us all the machines in your... oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. That's
give us the
Firdaus.
Names. That's the Firdaus?
That's the Firdaus.
Okay.
That's the Cobre Sienna. It's built in pure copper.
Oh, wow. Cobre Sienna, lovely.
That's a Street 750.
It's a lovely looking machine.
That's another Street 750.
Oh, nice.
That's called the Born Free. That's my personal bike.
Oh, nice. It's got a nice aggressive riding position. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's your favorite.
Oh, there it is. Albrasco. There it is. All brass and copper.
All brass, copper, aluminium, and stainless steel. Lovely. That's the Maori Warrior.
That's the Maori Warrior. Beautiful, beautiful. And what's that?
And that's my CB 400N. I built a cafe racer out of it.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Called the Veloz.
The Veloz.
The Veloz.
Yeah, it's got a nice retro vibe to it.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Adil, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you and seeing your workshop. We hope to continue chatting with you on more occasions, and hopefully you'll have your custom workshop open to young enthusiasts who want to come and learn, because you truly make beautiful machines, and your passion is unparalleled, because every time I talk to you about motorcycles, every time you bring a motorcycle to the India Bike Week or the Hog Rallies, you really exude so much passion and love for motorcycling. And that's exactly what...
Thank you so much.
And that's exactly what Harley-Davidson's Passport to Freedom Season 2 is all about. Thank you so much. God bless you, and stay safe.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully see you on the other side once this lockdown ends. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thanks.